7 Indian sailors languishing in captivity of Somalian pirates at a lonely, undisclosed location of the Gulf of Aden. In shackles for over 2 years, pawns in the hands of ruthless brigands who are demanding a swap deal. They won't free the sailors till those pirates held in Indian prisons are released. This despite extracting a mind-boggling ransom from the owner of the ship. Now, the Indian government is really yet to wake up, only providing lip service as of this time to the traumatized kin of the sailors.
Our condition is very bad. So I don't know what the government taking action. We are long time now, we have become fed up. We are just mentally tense and our health is not good. So we are requesting to the Honorable President of India, Honorable Prime Minister of India, and UPA President Mrs. Sonia Gandhi, and opposition leader Mrs. Sushma Swaraj, please help us, save our life.
The Government of India and Ministry of Shipping is very concerned about the safety and early release of our sailors. Due to all our agencies' continuous work, we are trying to minimize this kind of piracy by Somalians. And at one stage, we are sure, with the help of IMO, in which India is a signatory of international conventions, we will try to stop this menace permanently.
Well, the MV Asphalt venture was hijacked by Somalian pirates in September of 2010. This is the latest in a spate of such cases being reported in the waters of the Gulf of Aden. Pirates released the ship after the ransom payment of $3.5 million. Remember, there were about 15 sailors that were held in captivity. Only 8 of them were released and 7 of them still are captive, still are hostage. The Somalian pirates now want more money, want the Indian government to respond.
I am Chief Engineer Bahadur Singh. My ship name Asphalt Venture belongs to OMCI Shipping Company, Mumbai. So our ship on 28 September 2010, the Somali pirates, they catch our ship in Indian Ocean and they brought our ship in Somalia. So now we are 22 months hostage here. On 15th April, they release our ship. Our owner, he fulfilled their demand, but they catch 7 people and they brought up on the land, and now we are finished 22 months on the land as a hostage. So our condition is very bad. So I don't know what the government taking action. We are long time now, we have become fed up. We are just mentally tense and our health is not good. So we are requesting to the Honorable President of India, Honorable Prime Minister of India, and UPA President Mrs. Sonia Gandhi, and opposition leader Mrs. Sushma Swaraj, please help us, save our life. We want our release. Please help us, save us.
Well, the families of the sailors held captive by the Somalian pirates have appealed to the government of India to secure the release of their loved ones. The wife of the chief engineer Bahadur Singh broke down while speaking to Headlines Today earlier. Like her husband, Rajni too has made a desperate appeal to the UPA chairperson Sonia Gandhi and sought her intervention in the matter. But the government has been caught in a bind, as the pirates this time are not demanding ransom, but in fact a safe passage for their men who are already in Indian custody.
Our condition is very bad. So I don't know what the government taking action. We are long time now, we have become fed up. We are just mentally tense and our health is not good. So we are requesting to the Honorable President of India, Honorable Prime Minister of India, and UPA President Mrs. Sonia Gandhi, and opposition leader Mrs. Sushma Swaraj, please help us, save our life.
अभी तक तो बस यही है कि आएंगे आएंगे ऐसा करके बोलते हैं, लेकिन मैं पूछती हूँ कितना समय लगेगा, कितना टाइम लगेगा, बोलते हैं नहीं समय नहीं बता सकते हम, हमारे हाथ में नहीं है। तो फिर गवर्नमेंट के हाथ में नहीं है तो किसके हाथ में है? मेरे हस्बैंड आएंगे कैसे? हमारे 7 आदमी उधर फंसे हैं बिना बेकसूर।
Well, joining us to talk some more about this developing story, defense analyst, editor of the India Defense Review, Bharat Verma is with us. Bharat, thank you very much for talking to Headlines today. We also have with us on the phone line Rajni Singh, the wife of one of the engineers who is in captivity of the Somalian pirates. Let me come to you first, Rajni. Headlines today के साथ बात करने के लिए बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद. आपके पति 2 साल से पायरेट्स के कब्जे में है. रजनी, आप सरकार से क्या चाहती हैं? क्या बातें हो रही हैं आपकी सरकार के साथ?
सरकार से बस मदद मांग रहे हैं हम, प्लीज मेरी हेल्प करो, मेरे हस्बैंड को 700 आदमी को एक साथ प्लीज जल्दी से जल्दी घर लाओ, उनके पारे छोड़ दो और हमारे 7 आदमी लेके आओ प्लीज। गवर्नमेंट से मेरी यही मदद बार बार मांग रही हूँ, मेरी मदद करो, मेरे हस्बैंड को लाओ, नहीं तो पता नहीं ये लोग बचेंगे नहीं बचेंगे। मुझे आवाज से इतना लग रहा है मेरे हस्बैंड पाएंगे या नहीं पाएंगे।
रजनी,
टीवी देखती हूँ, कोई अच्छी खबर आ गई, लेकिन कहीं से मुझे मदद नहीं मिल रही।
रजनी, पायरेट्स ये चाहते हैं कि भारत सरकार उनके साथियों को छोड़ दे, पर इनसे तो लेकिन उनकी हिम्मत और बढ़ जाएगी इनसे। तो आपको क्या उम्मीद है कि भारत सरकार कुछ कर पाएगी इस सिचुएशन में?
उम्मीद में मुझे 2 साल निकाल दिए, उम्मीद कर करके 2 साल निकाल दिया। अगर सोनिया गांधी का बेटा होता, पीएम का बेटा होता, शिपिंग मिनिस्टर का होता, पूरी गवर्नमेंट के बेटे होते, 2 दिन में घर आ जाते थे। मेरे हस्बैंड को 2 साल हो गए, अभी तक मैं इंतजार कर रही हूँ और पता नहीं है चिंता भी आएंगे या नहीं, मुझे कुछ नहीं पता। 2 साल हो गए मेरे हस्बैंड को, अकेली मैं मजबूर है, हेल्पलेस औरत हूँ, मेरी कोई मदद नहीं कर रहा कोई भी।
राइट, रजनी, हम समझ सकते हैं कि आप बहुत डिफिकल्ट सिचुएशन से गुजर रही हैं. हमको उम्मीद है कि आपके हस्बैंड जल्दी से लौट आएंगे. लेट मी गो अक्रॉस टू भारत वर्मा, हु इज विद अस. Bharat, this is a very, very precarious situation indeed, and a very awkward situation for the Indian government. The pirates this time are not asking for a ransom that has already been paid by the owner of the ship. They want a safe passage for their men who are in Indian custody. How does the government really navigate this kind of awkward situation? How do you think that they can approach this?
See, the first thing is that for last 2 years, the government has not tried to find out, the Navy has not tried to find out, the surveillance aircrafts have not tried to find out where these people are exactly. So, for 2 years, the government did not do anything. Now, that is where the tragedy is. The government should have tried, and the Marine commandos and other forces should have tried to rescue these people, and by pinpointing and locating them. Now, that has not been done. So, under the current circumstances, the government will have to swap the pirates and take back its own citizens. Now, when you have failed for 2 years, obviously it shows that you don't have a concrete policy. It's a very difficult area, the Somalia, the Arab Saga, you know, and a lot of navies are now working together on it, which is a great thing. But it's a huge, vast area. There are problems on the Somalian coast because there is no coast guard of the Somalis. The Somali government does not work on its coast guard. There's a civil strife inside Somalia. So you have to have this facility which Indian government has of getting within 12 kilometers of the coast. They have a permanent, like United States has it, India also has this permission. They should be able to mount attacks, rescue. If they can't, they have to negotiate and swap, and then ensure that in future, all ships that are going, they are armed, they are equipped like United States ships, and the laws have to be changed, and also trained manpower is given to each ship. It should go into a corridor convoy, the international corridor which is considered safe, which Indian Navy is guarding with other navies. So there are a whole lot of issues involved here. But in this particular case, since the government has been sleeping for 2 years, they are clueless where these guys are. It is better to negotiate and get these. And in future, I don't think because of the legal problem you should get the pirates here. You should hand them over to Kenya, which has set up a court, and let it be done in Africa, where these people belong, instead of bringing them to India.
Right, Bharat. In fact, we will talk about the fact that we don't have a clear policy to deal with these kind of situations in just a bit. But earlier in the day, we also spoke with Sampa Arya, who is the wife of one of the sailors who was held hostage in the MV Suez. That story, of course, had a happy ending after an ordeal of 10 months. Listen into what Sampa had to say as to what she had to go through to secure the release of her husband.
क्योंकि हमें सिर्फ अंसार और ये पाकिस्तान गवर्नमेंट की तरफ से हेल्प मिली थी, उनके ये एफर्ट की वजह से हम लोग छूट पाए थे। और इंडियन गवर्नमेंट सिर्फ कहती रही कि हम लोग कुछ करेंगे करेंगे करेंगे, लेकिन उन्होंने हमारे लिए कुछ भी नहीं किया था। और इसी तरीके से वो लोग एसफॉल्ट को भी वो कोई एफर्ट नहीं कर रहे हैं। इसके लिए उन्हें कोई कानून में संशोधन करना पड़ेगा जिसके तहत ये हमारे सेलर्स की जान बचाई जा सके।
जी, let me be a little conspicuous about the matter. You know, if you will talk to SM Krishna ji, or you will talk to the shipping minister, or whatever the concerned authority, you talk any of those people, they will just let you know one thing. Yes, we know, we sympathize, we are trying at our level best, we will try to talk to the owner. And first thing, वो आपको जो first thing, very first आपको बोलेंगे वो होंगे, see, we cannot pay the ransom because this is very against to the constitution. Now let me explain one thing. If they cannot pay the ransom, all right, then attack the pirates. Then they will tell you कि if we will attack the pirates, then there are other nationals also as well in the ship. So India cannot take step at its own level at least. So you know, there is next thing. दो चीजें बाहर हो जाती हैं कि वो हमारे लिए नहीं कर सकते, ठीक है। Then if we collect the ransom money for the safety of our relatives, तो क्या कोई ऐसा कानून में है कोई ऐसा प्रावधान कि वो उस रैंसम मनी, वो जो फंड्स हम लोग इकट्ठा करेंगे, वो फंड्स देश के बाहर पहुंचा दें? देयर इज नो ऑप्शन लाइक दैट आल्सो. देन दे विल लेट यू नो कि विल टॉक टू द यूएन और समथिंग अदर इंटरनेशनली वी विल टॉक अबाउट द मैटर. नाउ इफ वी आर इंडियन नेशनल्स, why will they talk about talk to the UN government or US government? Why?
All right, Bharat, let me come back to you. We were talking about the fact that there is no clear policy to deal with anti-piracy. In fact, India does not even have a law, anti-piracy law. There is a draft bill which is pending with the standing committee, which is apparently, according to analysts, ridden with flaws. The states do not want this bill to go through. They say that they are not prepared to shoulder the burden of the imprisonment charges and so on, the costs of keeping these Somalian pirates in their jails, and also the death penalty clause makes it very difficult for securing the extradition of some of these pirates. Some countries do not want to extradite, these captives, these prisoners to India because of the death penalty clause. What are the challenges ahead as far as this particular law is concerned?
I am very confident if the government of India shows political will and orders the Navy and orders the Marine Commandos and orders the surveillance forces in the air, also coordinates with other navies that are working there. You will make mistakes, but by executive orders, you can get these pirates swapped with the people who are there for 2 years, because it's government of India's fault that they have not been able to, even they are totally clueless. And what this lady is saying is correct, that the foreign minister or the babus are just going to sympathize, give you lip sympathy. They have no action plan on the ground. Now, this needs to totally change. And while Indian Navy has done a tremendous job there, but the area is too huge for one Navy to look after it. And this is one area where the rivals are working together. The Chinese and the Indian Navy working together. The Indian and the Western navies are working together. The Russians are in. Whole lot of navies are there. So there is an international maritime organization, a European organization also on maritime, which is looking into this. But you have to be bold. Either you go and get those guys and get them by commando actions, find out where they are and get them so that they're deterred, that next time they don't indulge in such action. But if you're going to have soft options like you have for Pakistan, China,
all right, Bharat, I'm sorry, I'm totally out of time. I'm going to have to interrupt you there. We get the point that you're trying to make. Really, it's up to the Indian government now, and we'll have to wait and watch how they react to this situation.